Well, Bob, a shorter trip to Barnsley on Saturday. What was your verdict on it? 2 points dropped or a point taken?
Oh, I think a point taken. I was clearly, when you go in the lead twice, you would like to get the 3 points, but it was always going to be a tough game. And to be fair, I thought they were a decent side, as good as I've seen in the league. The fact that they went, down twice, they came back, fought back, and I thought a draw was definitely a fair result. And you could probably be a Barnsley supporter to say we nearly beat Newcastle United, but I thought good performance first half. Played reasonably well, again without doing anything spectacular, but just absorbing things and then getting the chance and taking goals when they come along. And as I say, I wasn't disappointed with a point away from home. I think it's the old. We used to always say if you can win your home games and get a point away from home, you'll get promoted. And I think they did a good job on Saturday.
Yeah, that said, Chris Hughton, with 3 minutes left, might have thought it was going to be 8 wins in a row.
Well, we all did, didn't we? We all think that. But again, they were pressing, and there was a few chances that we were getting a break a couple of times, and that's the way football goes. I think we've been very fortunate to come away with 3 points, albeit 3 minutes to go. You think if you look in the history book, they dropped 2 points with 3 minutes to go. But football's a game of 90 minutes, not just 87. So I think, in fairness, I thought it was a fair result, and I came away pleased, had a decent feeling about it. I thought coming up to Christmas, we're way ahead of the game, and again I go back to the beginning of the season when it started. Would you take our position now at the beginning of the season? And I think there's without a doubt, of course we would.
Chris Hughton, he's made some big decisions in that game as well. I mean, he brought Kevin Nolan back, and I suppose that decision was justified after just 10 minutes when he got the opening goal.
Absolutely, and there was a few things that Chris did. He dropped Danny Simpson, which I was quite surprised at, because I thought Danny Simpson has been one of the more consistent players. As there's been a few good performances this season, in general terms, and I was surprised that he changed it. But again, I think what Chris is getting now, he's getting most of his players back fit, and he's now having the license to sort of change things and keep people playing. Like he brought Ryan Taylor back, who did very well on Saturday as well, I've got to say. And I think he's now got the luxury of moving players around, and Andy Carroll was back in. So it's nice that you go away thinking, what's the team going to be? And I think Chris Hughton's now got a problem every week thinking, who am I going to play? And that's a manager's dream. That
the squad he's got, obviously there is competition for places. We are coming up with the transfer window. He's already hinted that there might not be too many changes, and while we all like to see new faces coming in and transfers, you don't want to upset the apple cart.
Well, that's one way of looking at it. On the other hand, what I'll be saying is, I'm looking at the team now, and I'm looking at, I think there's a decent strength and depth, and I don't know where you'd make massive changes. Obviously, you want people scoring goals, but you'll be back. You've got Carroll, you've got Nolan, you've got Lovenkrands, Haywood. So I think on that front, and they're proven, all of them are proven to score goals this season. So normally the cry is we need a front man who's going to score 30 goals a season, but I think there's enough people chipping in. So I don't think that's a problem. And the back four, to me, whether it be Taylor Simpson at full back, I think Colaccini at this level is a good player. I've always quite liked him. I think he's got good feet, and he's a very tight marker. He snaps at you all the time. And Stephen Taylor's doing very, very well. He's continuing his progress. And Enrique, to me, is I think he's one of I love watching him when he gets if he's in a good mood, if he hasn't got a mood on, when he picks that ball up and runs at people, I think that's exciting. I get excited watching him. You don't often see it nowadays when people actually take people on, and he's a big, strong lad. And defensively, I think he's came on a ton as well since he first came. And him, if he plays well, and he gets Gutierrez playing as well, when the two of them play, they're a handful down that left-hand side. Defenders do not like people running them head on, and it's exciting to watch. And sometimes that sparks us off, especially Enrique coming from the back.